Hey guys, it's Josiah here, back again with another video. Now in this video, we're going to go through how to be consistent with outreach, right? Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Josiah. Other people call me Jozy for short. I've built and scaled my own done for you agency to multi six figures in just under 90 days. Now I'm helping other marketing agency owners do the same, right? I've been working in marketing agency owner for the last 4 years, and up to for 200 of them scale in 50 plus different niches, both in American and European markets, right? I've had clients like Craig go from 0 to 30K in just under 90 days. Client like Nana hit our first 20K a month within the first 4 months, right? In the last 30 days, we've booked over 340 appointments. In the last 7 days, we've done over 120 appointments in the last 27 days. So everything I'm showing you right now came from basically what we're going through today in this video, right? So the first thing is how to be consistent with outreach. But firstly, why should we even be consistent with outreach, right? Like the key from all of this and to do this basically business thing and this business agency thing and get into the first 10K, 20K, 30K, 40K, whatever you want to get to, right? The key is consistency, right? And this will separate a business owner which is stuck in the feast and famine cycles, which most agency owners are. Because most agency owners, right, they get leads, close a few clients, and then stop doing what got them leads, right? And what got them clients. So eventually they lose out on the momentum that they literally built. Like, you know how hard it is to first get clients, especially when you first start now. It's like moving a stuck train, like a train that is literally like stuck and is like stationary, right? That is how it feels getting your first few clients. And then once you do get it, once you build that momentum, once you literally push in the 200 kg train, right? You then start losing momentum and you have to start all over again because you've got complacent, you've got a few clients and you think, oh my God, life is simple, right? And you forget the main thing that got you there about being consistent, right? Getting clients and doing everything. You forget that main thing that got you there, and instead of like you building on top of it, right? You just let that foundational action, that foundational mindset of getting after it, making money, closing clients. You forgot that foundational aspect and just got complacent. And that's where a lot of people get to their first 10K per month and then go back down to zero, right? I've literally seen that happen when people hit the first 10K per month, they reach the goal, right? Then complacency start hitting it because they think they've made it. They think they've could buy a bloody Lamborghini, which you can't at that point. Like 10K a month is not enough for you to buy a Lamborghini. I'm sorry, but it's not, right? They think they've made it and then boom, they just plummet down, right? Each time they restart, it feels harder because they're rebuilding from zero. And this is why many people never scale past, right? Or maybe many people get to 20K per month or 10K per month and they just stay stuck there. They're like, you know what? Life is okay. Maybe I don't need a Lamborghini. Maybe you don't want them type of people, but maybe all your bills are paid for. You got some money in the bank. You got some savings saved up. You're comfortable, right? There's nothing else, right? But what happens when you lose a client, right? And then your lifestyle decreases. That's why we always want to have the skill, the ability to start generating clients and do so predictably, okay? So there are other people though. There are other people on the other side that making multi six figures or even 7 figures, and they do these things, right? They keep their client acquisition efforts consistent, right? Every bloody week they're closing clients. Every month they're making money, okay? They stack results month over month over month, right? And then also eventually they hire people to handle the outreach and then they scale with ease because they're not the ones behind the screen clicking fingers, doing all that stuff, like just giving the incline, right? Like we book, 80 to 100 appointments a week and I haven't touched outreach in a year. Like this is what happens when you have something predictably, right? Something that's consistent because we always do it each and every single day that I've got myself out of it. Right? And that's where most people that are making 6, 7 figures are doing, right? That's where they're working less and making more money. That's where they can go in places like Wimbledon, right? That costs 100,000 or 50,000 per ticket, right? And make more money while watching the game than some agency owners do working 12 hours days because they have systems in the background that's doing all the work for them. Right? So this is a game changer. Building this habit of consistency is going to keep your pipeline full even when you're busy, right? Because you are going to get busier. Things are going to get harder, right? Clients are going to come. Team members are going to come. Things are going to happen, right? But you always need one thing to be 100% consistent. And that is the amount of people coming into your business, right? And that is the main thing, okay? So how to be consistent. Now, this is going to be mainly preliminary. This is going to be more effective people that are just starting out of outreach or just trying to basically find proof of concept and they just need a world of consistency, right? So number one thing that's helped me out so much is waking up early, right? This is one of the most powerful habits, right? Every time I wake up early, things get done. Every time I wake up at 5, things get done. every time I don't wake up at 5, things don't get done, right? So waking up at 5 is the most important thing. But more important than waking up at 5 is going to sleep by 10, right? Because a lot of people say, I'm not a morning person, I can't wake up in the morning, but then they go sleep at midnight, 1 a.m. and they realize, like, why can't you wake up in the morning? It's like, you can wake up in the morning if you just go to sleep a lot earlier. So the goal really isn't to wake up early, the goal is to sleep earlier. That's the main thing, right? If you sleep earlier, like 5 a.m. is going to feel like 10 a.m. in the morning, right? A full night rest, because you won't sleep at 10 instead of going to sleep at midnight and then waking and then realizing I woke up at 5 a.m. and I'm so tired, right? So this is the most important thing. Now, the reason why we actually wake up at 5 a.m., right, just being like a sexy thing, it's just because there's no distractions in the morning, right? Like, your girlfriend's not waiting for you to text her, your clients are not awake yet, right? So there's no distractions and you can just focus on a main thing. Now, this thing, optionally, I choose to have coffee, and this helps me tackle the most important task first thing in the morning. And now you can do like your first 100 outreaches or 200 outreaches first thing in the morning, and then you can go about your day, right? Now, a good book I recommend for this is called the 5 a.m. Club. This is a game changer for productivity. So have a read through that. We'll put an alarm on for 5 a.m. and then watch how you get things done consistently, right? And the thing is, like, you can do this 6 times out of the week, or you can do this every day. Right now I do like six times a week. Usually the big one day that I'll probably sleep a bit later or wake up a bit later, but majority of the times I'm waking up at 5 a.m. right? And then during this, the second point is remove anything else that's not client acquisition, right? So between 5 a.m. and 10 a.m., you want to remove all non-client acquisition tasks. So no delivery work, no website tweaking, no random admin, lock your phone, block social media, just protect your energy, because around 5 a.m. is like 5 to 10 a.m. is like prime money making time, right? This is where you actually move the needle in your business. This way you actually get projects done. This way you actually move the initiative of your business so you can get to the level that you're looking for, right? And a lot of people mess up by looking at their phone, doing random stuff, and actually just doing day-to-day activities, and then realize where they're always stuck in the business because they can't just zoom out and look at it as a machine, right? And that 5 to 10 a.m. allows you to really lock in into the periods that you need to actually start moving the needle forward, right? And the first few hours should be 100%, especially if this is the main bottleneck, right? 100% of your first few hours of the day should be getting more clients through the door, okay? So then another thing is what you can do is start building consistencies in other areas of your life, right? Discipline is like a muscle, okay? So you want to stick to a daily morning routine. And I'm not saying like Ashton Hall, go and put in bloody banana peels on your face and bloody like sinking your head in bloody water, everything. Like, you don't need to do that. You don't have to go that deep. But it could be that like you wake up, you brush your teeth, you do 20 push-ups, right? You look at your goals and then you start working. Like, it doesn't have to be that deep. Like, it doesn't have to be like a crazy thing. You wake up, do 20 push-ups, brush your teeth, look at your goals for the week and your month, start working. That's it, right? It doesn't have to be anything deeper than that, okay? But you really want to get consistent in other areas of your life, like going to the gym every day, sticking to a morning routine, build small habits, like reading 10 pages of a book, right? Or journaling, right? These personal wins will start bleeding into your work ethic, and consistency becomes your identity. And that's being the main thing. Like, you have to kind of see yourself as a consistent person to be consistent, right? Which seems all woohoo things, but the best way to describe it is just set yourself a challenge. I'm going to be consistent for 30 days. Beat that challenge up. Win that challenge. And then you're going to start seeing yourself as a more consistent person, right? You want to have proof to back up that you are a consistent person instead of just looking yourself in the mirror and just saying, I'm a consistent person, and then be consistent. It doesn't usually work like that. Do like a 30-day challenge. Be consistent every day at one thing for 30 days. Then at the end of the 30 days, you're going to feel like a consistent person through actions, okay? Now, another thing is that once you start getting the budget, I would suggest you actually using automation tool and staying consistent, because motivation is going to slip, right? There is going to be times where you've probably gone to a wedding or you're ill or like things happen that you're not going to be able to do what you need to do, right? It's completely fine. But a lot of people, especially I see gurus, like they're always preaching about doing the manual hard work, but like we're in 2025, like there's so much automation out there, like there's so much like leverage out there via software. Like I don't tell my clients to do manual outreach for the sake of doing manual outreach. Like I want them to get out of it, because at the end of the day, like we're here to build a business that we're not chained to. We're here to build a business that like we're using automation, things are automated, things are like lean, right? So I would suggest once you start getting the budget is to get automation tools like email outreach tools, LinkedIn automation tools, and let these tools do the heavy lifting, right? And then you just replying to warm leads and closing them. Like that's the only thing really that you want to do. You want to get automation tools to automate the entire process. For example, we had before we had 6 setters at our peak, 6, 7 setters, and they're all doing manual outreach. And then I was like, some setters may be ill, like some things may happen. I used to be, and like the metrics wasn't always the way I wanted it to be. There's loads of problems doing it manually or just very long. And like if I had to test something, I had to wait like a week. I couldn't just test it because everything was done manually. So I decided a few months ago, like 2 months ago, to actually remove all the manual effort in my business and just automate the entire process. Right, so we automated the first message, the lead generation, everything like that, and the sellers already reply to warm leads. Right, that's the only thing they're doing. So this allowed me to have full visibility on what the sellers are doing because everything is unified, and allowed me to increase the volume, actually start being more strategic. Right, and this means that I went from 7 setters to like 3 setters now, so we could probably only have 2 if we really wanted to, and allow me to cut down the team in half and actually like pick out the right ones, right? So this is more of the long-term solution if you struggle to stay consistent with manual outreach, right? But I don't want it to be manual outreach all the time. Ideally, I just want you to go all automated, so then you don't have to worry about if the outreach is getting sent or not, right? And the last thing you can do is once you actually found proof of concept, you can hire a VA for $3 an hour to take care of all these outreach tasks for you. But don't do this too early. Literally, I've seen so many people do this way too early, right? Prove that you're consistent, build a working system, and then delegate, right? If you're not consistent yourself, you won't be able to manage or spot a consistent VA either, right? And that is the main thing, just building consistency so you can consistently start booking appointments, scaling, and just being able to scale your business more thoroughly, right? And that is it. Now, if you are struggling with being consistent with outreach, or you want a method so you can actually start scaling against your first 10, 20, 30K per month, then there is a link below for us to chat. It's going to go through a simple video for everything that we do. And yeah, that is all it from this video. And like, subscribe, and share for the YouTube algorithm just for more. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.